Hello again, Space Jelly here. Today I'm going to be reviewing the last toy of the TOYBIZ Marvel Legends Apocalypse series. This is Bishop. Again, like I keep saying, gotta look at these figures through the lens that of the time they came out. They're different from the figures we know now. Things weren't as refined, sculpts weren't as perfected. I guess, kind of. I don't really know about Hasbro now. But things were different back then, and you gotta give them some leeway with some of the decisions they made. So, first off, let's try to get him more straight. I'm going to... His left leg is a bit stiff. Okay, got it. Okay, I'm going to compare him to some taller figures. If he decides to stand. Alright. He is about 6 3/4 inches, and that's about, okay, we're going to talk about that. That's about 17 centimeters. Okay. So we're going to do the comparisons now through some of the bigger figures. Oh, there we go. Sasquatch. Yeah. Sasquatch is pretty big. I have... Let me get him right. The McFarlane Toys All Might. Pretty loose. Not sure what's up with that quality control by McFarlane. I got a Marvel Legends series. This is the first appearance thing, I think. They're about the same size. Maybe things a little bit shorter. And let me get Hasbro Batman. It's pretty good. Although I think that Bishop should be pretty big and tall. Should be about this Spawn's height. He's a bit shorter. Hercules. This is actually okay. He's really, like, his arms are really big though. We'll talk about that on aesthetics. And my custom kit bash Superman. I think this is okay. Yeah, so we're going to talk about the aesthetic. There's lots of good stuff and quite a few bad things. So we're going to look at it. Start off with the head. The head is actually a pretty good sculpt. Okay, we'll do the accessories after. The head is a pretty good sculpt. Hair is crazy and long. It actually looks pretty good though. Nice and satin finished, which is what hair should be. I think that hair should always be like satin finished instead of a matte finish. The straps and buckles are all painted. This X logo is a shiny red. The bandana looks really nice. The sculpting on his arms and everything else, it's all really nicely done. We do have a few mishaps though. This is a yellow spot over here. He has a nice gradient like on that Wolverine figure on his holster. Guns come out. He does come with only these two accessories. This gun, and we'll talk about this side. This strap is painted. The buckle is painted too. It's painted all the way around. Very nice. Comes with this double barrel shotgun. Probably the most intricate part, or the nicest part, is the belt. Very nice. Very nice painting and sculpting all around. The legs are okay, but only because it's still suffering from the midsection and hip issues. They just made this midsection a little bit longer and they made the legs bigger so they can fit over these balls. I think it would be a bit better. Knee pads are painted. Shin pads are painted. These lines are painted. Everything is very nice on this figure. He also has shading on him. So they have all this paint and all this shading too. So very nice figure. Even with all the proportioning errors or issues. I don't know if it's really errors. They did a really good job. That's probably like the main thing about this figure. He looks very nice because of all the paint. Okay. Like I showed, he has his two guns, shotgun, this other gun, I don't know what it is, like a grenade launcher or something. And he also has pegs in his hand that can hold the guns. See that? And the guns have peg holes in them. So you can peg them in and you can also wrap them around his fingers. So we're going to talk about the articulation now. He does have I just realized that he has some paint on his earrings. It's pretty cool. Also on his face, but I didn't just realize that. I just forgot to mention it. He doesn't really look down, can't really look up. The hair's in the way, but you know, it's understandable. He can rotate his head. Shoulder rotation, nice and stiff. Shoulders aren't going up more than that. Okay, I guess they are, but that one isn't. Shoulder goes up that far. Bicep swivel. Very huge arms. And very nice proportioning too. I don't know about the shoulder being smaller though, but it is nicely proportioned. Elbow bends, pretty decent bend. Huge forearms. Wrist rotates. Hinges out, hinges in. And he has individual finger articulation, so you can articulate each one at a time. His midsection is all messed up. He has like this cavity here because of how it's sculpted on how the midsection is. It's weird. He can crunch forward a little bit. He can arc back just a tiny bit. Rotates at his waist. His legs go, okay, there you go. Splits. Yeah. Thigh swivel. I think these are wide jointed too. They go out, they go back. You have to do the weird finagling thing. Thigh swivel. I'm not getting the knees bent more than this. The boots are getting in the way. I think he should have a thigh swivel or calf swivel, but it's not really moving, for me at least. Ankle goes up, ankle goes all the way down. Ooh, it's stuff. Okay, and then he has an ankle rocker. He also has a toe joint there, but the way it's shaped, it's going to make it relatively useless. Yeah, so Bishop probably has the best paint of this wave. Next to Wolverine, I think. But I think he has more paint than Wolverine. But this one is executed very nicely. There's not really a lot of issues with him aside from sculpt. And a few articulation issues. So yeah, overall, this one is pretty good. This one's pretty good. It was one of my favorites in the wave next to the Wolverine and the Hulk, maybe. He's a pretty good buy. I don't think if you're gonna buy these anyways, I'm sure that you're not really gonna pay attention to the proportions. So yeah, I think it's a pretty good piece. It looks very nice. I also I forgot to show his accessory. That he did come with this comic book. Pretty nice artwork in the front, and he also has this in the back. You can see his variant where he has a bald head. Yeah, this figure's pretty cool. I'd recommend him if you can look past the articulation and the proportioning issues. He's a pretty good figure. Yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for liking, commenting, subscribing. See you later, guys. All feedback is welcome. See you.